So, if you guys remember a while back, I did a story of like a DC comic version of Acts of Vengeance, the Marvel event from the late 80s, early 90s that it was a simple event. It was basically, you go fight him, you go fight her. It was like a mix and match between heroes and villains. So, I did something like this a while ago, and I switched it to like DC villains. I mean, what if this was a DC Comics event? So I thought it'd be kind of fun to bring it back for a second time around. So here we go with Acts of Vengeance, DC Universe style. So in this story, it's the same thing where the Legion of Doom has gotten together and they basically come up with a pretty simple plan. Let's just switch bad guy, like switch our heroes, like whoever we fight, like let's switch them all. And yeah, it is completely switched up this time, and all the characters are going to go all the villains from the members of the Legion of Doom are going to go fight separate heroes, and how they kind of determine who goes where is that Lex Luthor, Mr. Mind, and Dr. Sivana got together, and as well as Dr. Ivo got together and made like a little think tank and made an algorithm as to who would be best suited to take on which hero, like which villain would be best to take on which hero. So it kind of came down to that. So first off, the first strike is in Gotham, because they were like, let's go for Batman first to show we mean business. And boy, do they mean business, because who they send, like, it's kind of funny because, like, Lex is like, when I told Joker who we were going to send, he laughed hysterically. Then again, he always laughs, but this time it felt it's a genuine laugh. And it's Black Manta. Yeah, they send Black Manta to go after Batman. And the thing of it is like, Manta is like, you know who I fight, right, Bruce? I mean, right, Batman? Like, you know who I fight on a daily basis. Everyone says, Aquaman is so lame. He only has the one of the two villains. But you know what? Aquaman can swim at high speeds and has the strength that can rival Superman and Wonder Woman's. And he's the king of the sea for a reason. And I make him bleed often. And he's got unbreakable skin. You don't. So, yeah, it starts off with Batman battling Black Manta, and Batman is like, of all the people they could have sent, if they sent Deathstroke, sure, I could take him. If they sent, like, someone else, more than likely I could beat them. But I've never encountered Manta before, and from everything Arthur's told me about him, he's nothing short of a monster. So, there's that. Metropolis is next on the list, and Superman finds himself battling Cersei, Wonder Woman's arch nemesis. Cersei basically casts a spell over all of Metropolis and has turned everyone into pigs and different kinds of farm animals. And Superman, of course, he's weak to magic, finds himself at a major disadvantage when he's battling Cersei. So he's battling a very powerful sorceress. He's alone because, they're some of his other allies and whatnot are taken by other villains. I do have it all written down before I had it done, before I came on here, because I didn't want to stumble through. So that's why that's there. As for other hero-villain mashups, you have the Flash being attacked by the Scarecrow. And you may be thinking, well, that'd be easy. Flash can just grab him and throw him into Arkham real fast. Not when... you see, even Flash thinks that too, because he's like, really? They sent the Scarecrow after me? I mean, yeah, he's creepy and all, but, like, I can take him. I just need to grab him real quick, and I can throw him into Arkham. But the moment he grabs Crane... he is instantly, like, his suit was rigged with a blast of fear toxin, and it more or less, like, Scarecrow was like, I spent some time studying you for a bit, but I did some homework before coming after you, and you want to know what I learned? Your metabolism's really quick. So, and I figured I needed a special dose of fear toxin for you. So more or less, the effect of this specific fear toxin is that the faster the Flash runs, the more the fear toxin works its way into his system. So the more he runs, the more the toxin takes control and makes him more paranoid and insane and more unstable. And yeah, not good. Not good for Barry. Following that is Aquaman being attacked by the Parasite. So yeah, Parasite comes down, is dispatched into Atlantis, where he's absorbing all the energy from the Atlanteans, and is actually gaining Atlantean level strength every time. So Arthur has to defend his family from Parasite as he's getting closer and closer to Mara and his family. Sorry, I had a brain fart, my bad. Next up, you have Wonder Woman being attacked by Mr. Mind. The difference is that Mr. Mind, during the entire event where the villains are attacking the heroes, Diana is summoned to Themyscira, where her mother has made a decree that she has abandoned her ways and that she must be put on trial and risk the fate of losing her title as Wonder Woman, possibly being thrown in prison. It turns out that, Mr. Mind has taken over Hippolyta's mind, and therefore is taking control of all of Themyscira. Then you have Hal being beset upon by Lex Luthor himself, who is like, you guys forgot that I took control of an orange ring once. I kind of deconstructed how to use it. So, yeah. I know how all I had to do was learn from take what I learned from the orange ring and use it and apply it to combat a Green Lantern ring. So he's more or less creating machines and also has a suit that is actually powered by Green Lantern energy, and not only a faux version of the Green Lantern energy, I should say. And he's basically he's basically countering Hal, who's, well, smart, not the smartest guy in the bunch. Then you have Shazam, who battles Ares. Yeah, that's one you'd think would make sense, right? More or less, Ares joined in because he was like, I'll take Shazam, because he's stolen the power of gods. And yes, I know that's kind of what the theme of the new movie is, but that's beside the point. But yeah, Ares comes down to do battle with Shazam because he's like, you and your family mortals don't deserve the power of gods. And it has been long overdue since I made war with another god other than Diana. So Shazam has to take on Ares. Following that is the Question, and the Question is he's already thinking who are they gonna send after me? And that's when he hears thwack, and he turns around and goes, "Oh, you," and it's onomatopoeia, and onomatopoeia is boom. And he just goes, and the Question goes, all right, let's go. So they fight. Booster is beset upon by Cyborg Superman, who basically takes control of his time machine and even takes control of Skeets as well. Jaime Reyes is set upon by Dr. Sivana, who wants to reverse engineer the power of the Scarab. Vixen is attacked by Dr. Psycho, who wants to enslave her. Then you have Martian Manhunter, who finds himself battling Heatwave. And at first he's like, Heatwave, all you are is just a thug with a flamethrower. And he's like, I am way more... Mick Rory is like, I am way more than just a thug with a flamethrower. And he proves that in this fight, because, yeah, Jean is like, yeah, they sent you because I'm weak to fire. And Heatwave is like, yeah, I knew you weren't going to take me serious, so that's why I kind of had a few incendiary bombs planted before you showed up to fight me. And yeah, Heatwave more or less gets the upper hand on him. Then you have Constantine, who gets attacked by Amazo, who this model learns to copy his magic, and he's like, bollocks. Because at first he's like, I have to, I have fought scarier things than some dumbass robot called a Mazo, and then it learns to copy his magic, and he's like, next up, Nightwing. Nightwing gets attacked by Count Vertigo. Because he's like, yeah, whoever they're gonna send after me, they're probably gonna, they probably did a lot of research on, and why is the room spinning? And yeah, Count Vertigo shows up. Meanwhile, Barbara falls under attack by Giganta, and if this was an actual event in a tie-in, I guarantee you Gail Simone would write a Batgirl versus Giganta fight. Then you have Green Arrow, who has to battle Joker. And Green Arrow is like, dude, you're just a clown, and Joker's like, I am anything than just a clown. Let's see if I can make you smile. Then you have Black Lightning, who gets attacked by Shadow Thief. Then another is Firestorm, who falls under attack by Dr. Alchemy, Flash villain, who also knows the alchemetic table as well, just the elemental periodic table, just as well as Firestorm does. Static. This would be a universe where the Milestone characters are with DC Universe. But yeah, Static gets attacked by Clayface, and it's almost like a horror story because he tries using his lightning on him. He's like, Carlo is like that tickled, and then Virgil is like trying to find people close to him, and like Basil keeps like impersonating people he knows. And it's just kind of like a horror story where Virgil's just kind of attacked by this guy who just come at him whenever he wants. Then you have Icon and Rocket, who get attacked by Black Adam, and Black Adam is like, you fancy yourself a god, but I have fought gods and defeated them. And he's like, yeah, but you never fought me before. And Icon just punches Adam through like 2 buildings, and he's like, now then, Your Highness, I'm done playing nice. And yeah, let's be real. If you thought of that right now as like Icon and Black Adam in a knockdown drag out fight, that would be like Omni-Man fighting, that Invincible. It'd be like on the level of that violence of Omni-Man versus Invincible. Anyway, then you have Swamp Thing, who gets attacked by Mr. Freeze, who just starts freezing everything in the swamp, and he's like, oh dear, it seems a cold front has killed your crops. Then you have the JSA. The entire JSA falls under attack by Brainiac, because that would be perfect, right? Brainiac, who's a straight up like, you have to have everyone in the JLA to battle him. Now the JSA have to take on the power of Brainiac. Yeah. Hawkman fights Bane, who I would love to have like as when they first meet. He's like, first I broke the bat, now I break the bird, and Hawkman's just like, you can try. Jason Todd, Red Hood, he falls under attack by Hector Hammond, Green Lantern villain. And Hammond, he like goes to shoot Hammond, and then he's like, his hand like freezes up, and he's like, you know what's faster than a bullet, Mr. Todd? A thought. And Hammond would just mess with his brain the whole time, like showing all the horrible shit he's done, and just making him suffer for it, and also go through the trauma of what Joker did to him again. Then you have Etrigan, who gets attacked by Ra's al Ghul, and Ra's actually has known Jason Blood, so he already has like things he can use to stop both Jason Blood, who is another immortal, and the demon. Azrael gets attacked by Deathstroke, which that kind of like, that's a fight I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. But yeah, Azrael battles Deathstroke. Steel, John Henry Irons, falls under attack by Captain Cold, who freezes his armor with his cold guns. Because Steel at first is like, really? They sent Captain Cold after me? Why? And he's like, because cold's not good for your armor, dumbass. Geoforce, and by and large the Outsiders, Markovia gets sunk. Like, it gets hit with a tsunami. By this massive tsunami, and Ocean Master shows up with his rogue Atlanteans. Supergirl gets attacked by Gentleman Ghost, and the Metal Men get attacked by Dr. Polaris, one of the Flash villains. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the mix and match of all those heroes and villain scenarios I kind of had in mind. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what hero villain mashups would you like to see in the DC universe? Like, what DC villain would you love to see go up against a Marvel hero if they did an event like this? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.